Dear Horizons, with Glitch walking out Abby Spencer, today we're playing Runt with the litter. You bring Silent Winter the bucket of ox meat and fish, waiting in front of her nose. At first she ignores you, but the temptation of fresh food soon grows too great. She turns from the latch to the bucket. Once you have her attention, it's easy to guide her back to her stall. Once she's safely back in her stall, she acts like she never left. She allows you to start sweeping her shed fur. Her gaze follows with level, penetrating study. When you approach her nest, she once again steps in your way. She plants her feet over her eggs and leans down to touch with her foreclaw, as if reassuring herself that you haven't disturbed them. You squeeze past Silent Water to the other side of the stall and start sweeping again with your back to her. There's a rustling sound and then an egg hits your boot with a dull thud. The smallest of the group, the one that looked out of place among its fellows. Silent Winter is settled on her nest, preening. She doesn't look at you or acknowledge the egg she's discarded. You're supposed to be really, really caring! When you touch the egg, you notice a crack that wasn't there before. It's as big as your hand, shaped like a spiderweb around the sharp part of impact. It's a claw strike. Griffins reject runts. It happens. But you've never seen it happen with an egg so close to hatching. The egg shivers at your fingertips. You pick up the egg and hold it close to your chest. It'll die if you don't protect it. But if you take it, you'll be defying your empire. Thralls serve griffin keepers. Protect and fight. A thrall with a griffin would ruin that balance. If anyone catches you with the egg, they'll sure to turn you in. The High Council could order you exiled or executed. Why are you taking this risk? Because it'll die without me, I just can't ignore it. Because we're at war, every griffin life counts. Because I want to prove a thrall can do just as well as the keeper. Because I want to know if it's even a possible thing to hatch a rejected egg. Because griffins are beautiful and thrilling and I want to be part of that. Because keepers have all the powers that they could. Because it'll die without me and I just can't ignore it. That is the best choice. I'm not going for my own honor and extension. Eggs require warmth and attention. Every minute this one spends cooling may lower its chances of survival. But if you run off with your chores unfinished, you'll be punished. Do you stay and finish your chores? Of course not. I'll leave and beg another thrall to finish. No, the egg comes first. I'll leave and take the blame when the time comes. I have to finish my duties. If I get repetition, egg comes first. I'll leave and take the blame when the time comes. Yeah, I'll take the blame when the time comes. And I'll probably die. You tuck the egg in a supply sack and hold it close to you as you leave. There will be consequences later, and your privileges may be cut. But that's a risk you're willing to take for another life, yeah. You walk across the main courtyard, trying to not bring attention to yourself. There's an old rookery by the thrall quarters that's been abandoned since they built a new one. You could hide the egg there and maybe find some supplies for it. You're halfway there when you spot Taser. Considerate and friendly, she's sort of a thrall you can always count on. Right now she looks exhausted, bent double under a bucket of brass and bed warmers. She lacks her usual impressive height and light step. Taser, you call out. Wait up! A warmer and some scavenged coal would be just the thing for your egg. She turns, swinging the basket from her shoulder to the ground, and flashes you her usual warm smile. What are you up to? She asks. Those warmers are intended for the keeper's beds. How will you convince her to give you one? Explains to her sick griffin, which is practically true. Don't have time to discuss this. Try to make her laugh first. When she's happy, she'll do. Explain that it's for a sick griffin. I can trust her. I just came from the rookery. You say. He envisions shivering. She looks sick. Do you think it's drop feather? No, just chill. You know how it is with vulture breeds. I was looking for blankets. Taser considers for a long moment, then starts sorting through her basket. She removes a large warmer etched with ornate spirals. Here we go, she says, adding an extra scoop of coal. Hope it helps. With the warmer tucked in the supply bag next to the egg, you start back toward the old rookery in sight of someone calling. Thrall, wait! The unfamiliar fledgling is kneeling beside the wall, trying to grab a griffin, only a few weeks hatched. The kit is peeping pathetically, evading the keeper's attempts to wrap a strip of linen around its wing. You see a flash of striped orange tail and a flat beak, before the kit disappears behind the keeper. She's cut her wing, the fledgling says. Can you help? The egg is heavy in your arms. You need to get the old rookery. I'll be right back. That actually was really, really wonderful because my mom and my grandmom are at the craft store at Hobby Lobby, and there's yarn that is on discount for like 99 cents, and it's usually $3 or $4. So they're gonna get me some. I just had to tell them what colors I would use. Let's see. Okay, hope it helps. Throw away. She's cut her wing, the fledgling says. Can you help? The egg is heavy in your arms. You need to get to the old rookery. She's a fledgling and you're just a thrall. You'll have to help. Maybe she'll pay you back, or at least speak well of you. Of course, you say. What should I do, she asks. I know how to bind a wing. Just hold her. Keep still. I'll find my overseer. Wrap her wing well. I know how to bind a wing. Just hold her. Yeah. Kit squawks and struggles in her partner's grip, but you know what you're doing. A few quick movements, you have it wrapped tightly and tied. Thank you, says Fledgling, standing with the kit in her arms. I'll remember this. I'm only doing my duty, you say, cocking your head respectfully as she turns to go. Putting the fledgling out of your mind, you make it to the old rookery. From outside, it's not much to look at. The stone walls are coated with ivy, and some of the roof shingles have fallen. Inside, it smells of dust and old straw. There are 3 stalls. You pick one without any holes in its roof. After making a nest of old rushes and lighting the coals in the brass warmer, you settle the egg in place. It seems very small and very alone in a large dark rookery. It could hatch any day now, or not at all. Either way, you decide how to care for it. I check it in the evenings after chores. It doesn't need me smothering it. I'll sing to it every chance I get. Griffin mothers often sing when they're sitting in their nests. I'll keep it warm and rotated, even if it means leaving my chores half done. Now, I can't go leaving my chores half done because, I will get in trouble. I'll sing to it every chance I get, Griffin. It doesn't say I'm going to be missing my work if I do that. This one, I'm not doing my job. This one, I'm doing my job. But it's kind of, I guess this one makes the most sense. You let the egg be, and it seems to be doing fine on its own, as long as it's kept warm, right? For 2 days you look after the eggs, unsure whether it's doing any good. Sometimes it moves, sometimes it doesn't. The second night, that changes. As you start heating fresh coals, the egg starts jumping and shaking. Flakes of shell fall back off the cracked area, littering the rushes. You see a flash of a beak, a pink wingtip, and the edge of a back foot. Before coals have cooled, and the last of the shell gives way, leaving the tiny kit shiny with albumen, lying before you. Despite all odds stacked against you, both of you, the little runt survived, and appears to be a healthy baby. Oh. I'm gonna have it to be a boy. Hatched a griffin. What will you name him? Little Claw, Lost Song, Fragile Wind, something else. Let's see, his mother's name was Silent Winter. Lost Song sounds awesome, though. Lost Song. Lost Song makes a weak, cheeping noise and flutters his bare wing nubs. Tiny, ugly, and utterly fragile. You scoop him into your arms and he starts to shiver. Eyes closed, he nuzzles against you. Lost Song's your responsibility.